Corrie Sirota is a counselor who specializes in grief and trauma. She joins us now from Montreal. Corrie, we heard in that piece someone who was involved and rescued from that fire who couldn't make it to this memorial today. What kind of help do you think a lot of the people there are going to need over the next few weeks and months?
Gosh, I think one of the most important things to recognize is that everybody grieves differently. So that really an important factor in helping one who is mourning is to ask them what is it that would be helpful to them. Be very concrete about some of the support you're going to offer, as opposed to saying, call me if you need anything. Understanding who they are, what this has meant to them, that people survive traumas and tragedies like this with, and some of the words that I heard from the story, with faith, with having hope, and faith, not religion, but faith in something to believe, to hold on to. Hope is the attitude that they're going to have, and really the third piece is what everyone else around them, the support that they have, is going to make all the difference. And what kind of supports people can do, or anything from something concrete like doing something for them to just listening, not putting yourself into a position where you're telling people what they should do, because we think we know better than them. Let's ask them, and if they're having trouble, giving them that space and that place, and not rushing grief. Grief is not it's not a race. It's a process, not a one-time event. So remembering that because we're all so different, and because we all have different backgrounds and cultural backgrounds and ways in which we cope with anything. In fact, remembering that some people, this is not the first tragedy they've had, and so if they haven't done grief work before, this will raise other issues for them as well.
In that church, 159-year-old church, we saw political leaders there. How important and what effect do you think it has that Pauline Marois and the Prime Minister were there?
I think it's wonderful. A very strong message that the community gets is that we are here for you. And the more, in fact, like I said, in terms of research, what do people need to survive these traumas? They need to know that there's support out there. If it's not, ideally friends and family, there are clinicians, myself, others that do this kind of work. There's centers, and knowing that the community is there, they're not alone. They're not isolated and alone, because their world has been turned upside down.
Absolutely. Corrie Sirota, grief counselor in Montreal, thank you very much for joining us.